Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle.
The Dutch have a hero in every generation, and Dennis Bergkamp is no exception.
He is the man.
Yeah, and he's the pivotal presence, the link-up to all their play, fantastic technique and vision, which gives him an edge and produces some absolutely brilliant goals.
And that is out of play. And it's Fernandez. Laporte did just about enough to come out on top there. Now the party... Oh, he's in, one on... Cristiano Ronaldo! It's hit the crossbar. Fernandez charging forward, the ball at his feet. Oh, that's a key interception. Knocks it into space. Oh, good climb! That was superb goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Now it's Bergkamp. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And now they can clear their lines. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Driving on and making good progress. Just eases him off. Oh, that is asking for trouble. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Now it's Rafinha. Darwin, looking for options for move, and he shoots! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Now it's Fernandez. Oh, that looks a good ball through. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Bruno Fernandes receives it in a good position here. Yamal engages and forces him off the ball. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, shooting chance!
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Short changes him with that pass. And here's Messi. Bruno Fernandes. Pass somewhat off target.
Rafinha really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Now it's Fernandez. And that has put paid to that. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And that pass just didn't quite work. Tries to pass it through. Bruno Fernandes pinches it off him. He's a sharp little ball here. Gabriel gets over and intercepts. Now he's off and running. Now it's Fernandez. And he can clear it away.
Madrid truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
That's a sharp pass. João Neves. That is a great pick out. He's shifting through the gears here. Rodgers was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Nunez. Rui Silva breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Bruno Fernandes. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. That was quite a hit. And this could be the final action of the first half. Now it's Darwin. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Madrid trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. Back on the way then.
Madrid really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Spence. Bergkamp. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Pacho cuts out the pass. And it's Neves. And he's being shifted off it. João Neves. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them. It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Alexander-Arnold. Oh, what a mistake! And that's an errant pass. Madrid still this single goal behind. Fernandes. Tries to play it through. So we've reached the hour mark. And here's Nunez. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Oh, no joy this time.
Madrid really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
It'll be a throw-in.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 18 será sustituido por el dorsal 17.
Arsenal are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear.
Oh, give it away! Now that looks a decent ball. Spence. Madrid perhaps contemplating their next change here. Rodgers. Chance! And he couldn't finish.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement. I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
That's beautifully weighted. Tries a shot! It's bounced back off the post. Simeone. Cristiano Ronaldo. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. And here's Nunez.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
No, it's come to nothing.
Madrid really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Well timed, excellent interception. Fernandez. Now it's Darwin. He's picked his way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Played into space. Yamal has it out wide and in space. Laporte can clear it away. Can he get it through? Madrid are running out of time and out of options.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. And here's Nunez. Just 5 minutes left. Can he get on the end of it? Big chance! It is a fantastic goal! He's got himself an absolute peach. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, for me, you can't fault the keeper there. The effort went in at the widest possible point off the upright. Nothing he could do.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
That has been cut short. And that is as far as it goes. Madrid perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall disappointment. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see...
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And that gets things running. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
It's little surprise, Peter, that this fella Tonali gets compared to some real legends of the game. The style of play, even his appearance. Yes, he'll be the one expected to take up a deeper role and play-make from back there. But I see him as having a lot more than that in his game. His positioning is key. He reads the game particularly well. He's headed for stardom.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. And Torres! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Fernando Torres clearly feels he did everything right there. He really wasn't that far away.
Short changes him with that pass. Can he get it through? It's a promising position. Oh, nicely intercepted. Oh, this looks sharp. They're back in possession and ready to go again. And he's running through. Oh, that looks a good ball through.
Dani Olmo clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And here's Dani Olmo. Good ball. Takes a shot! That's another chance. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Manchester United definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition...
Towering header! He's scored! It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
That's a sharp pass. It's a pretty loose pass. He's found a way past. Rodgers. Oh, well played. And he's opted for the long pass. Now it's Dani Olmo. He's picked his way through. Dani Olmo. Oh, this is a very good run. João Neves. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Has to go back here. Yamal! He's got away with one there. Great vision. Dani Olmo can so cleverly bypass the press. They've got a throw in. João Neves. Rodgers. And Yamal. Nicely worked. And it's made its way to it. Tries one from range. Fantastic from Rodgers. Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. And that is his 50th goal for this, his current club. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Rodgers demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Madrid are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach.
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Dani Olmo actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Manchester United with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Trossard over to the right flank. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Bissouma. And that is a little undercooked. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Bruno Fernandes. Well, they've got it again. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Madrid clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And one more try! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. That'll be a throw-in. Dani Olmo. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. Laporte cuts it out. João Neves. Back where it came from. He's found space here. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And that's been won straight back. And he welcomes it in. Space for him to turn and look. Swings in across. That's a decent clearance. Oh, there's a probing ball. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. That's the end of the first 45. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Madrid are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far. So we're underway for the second half. Oh, easy pickings there. And he's only too happy to take that back. Pass is just off target. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Tonali. Bissouma. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Look at the space here. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. That pass has been well intercepted. Rodgers looking understandably energised after his goal. And that has not gone well. And that's a dangerous ball. Bruno Fernandes. Now he's got space here. He can run onto that. Taken back almost at once. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, super ball! Decent chance! And that's a tidy finish. Just as they wanted it. Just when they wanted it.
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Now it's Yamal. Tonali. And he welcomes it in.
Manchester United really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
deftly away. And smartly reclaimed. And here's the chance to counter. Laporte powering forward here. Aimed beyond the defence. Yamal flashes it across. And it's been hooked away. Trossard is in a really good position out wide. He is through here. And the shot! And yes, it's there! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Substitutions taking place.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Oh, what a game we have on our hands here.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
And the cross comes in. And it's claimed by the keeper.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Sane makes a move down the right. Real chance! Goal! Manchester United! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
I just thought that was going to hit the outside of the post for a moment there, but it just curled enough to catch the inside for a very good strike.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Manchester United leading now.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every...
There's the shot! And that's in! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper...
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! That is decidedly lacking. Tries to pass it through. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
João Cancelo wants to run onto this. Vitinha! Big relief, it just needed better contact. That is good alertness. Pacho calmly anticipates. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Looking to play him in. Now Kanu! And the finish! Well, now it's a race for the ball. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Jones.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
That's been cut out, well played. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. Oh, well measured. Oh, that's well spotted. Pacho gets over and intercepts. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Darwin. Simeone. Great defending, strong and determined. And time is up. What a game. A contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's down to business here.
Well, Peter, this is certainly a man who can make all the difference.
King Eric, surely one of the greatest ever to grace the English game. And you've got to say that alongside his class, he brought about a bit of a tactical revolution too.
Yeah, in an age where...
Chance! He's delivered all right!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
So smooth, a signature finish.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Madrid finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Romario! And it's hit... Oh, terrible. And one more try! And that's in. Not one, but two. It is a dream start. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball.
And Romario! Oh, my word, that is quite something. About as smooth as it gets. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Romario. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Oh, played right into his path. And he shoots! Relentless! Just relentless! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Pass somewhat off target. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
It's not an especially good pass, that.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Rodgers unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Messi. Laporte gets over and intercepts. Rodgers. Camavinga. And he's intervened well there. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. That's a lovely, neat pass. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Neymar. No, that's been intercepted. Done delicately. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Rijkaard. And here's Romario. Tries to dink it through. No, that's just wide.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
João Cancelo. Can he latch on to this? De Ligt. Neymar. Ball played for Rijkaard. Short changes him with that pass. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And that has left him in a heap. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Cantona has found the net here, of course. Can he get it through? And this is from Mario. Pacho defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Rodgers receives it in a good position here. Neymar. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. He's a sharp little ball here. Rodgers takes a shot! Not the most convincing of passes. Shot, surely! De Ligt tries to clear. Cantona. Neymar. A heavy challenge.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
And here's Neymar. Just about within shooting range. This possibly the last play of the half. And he's quick to return it. João Neves. And that is the end of the first half. Well, what a half they've had. Cruising to victory, and it's only half-time. Astonishing. So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest.
Que viste camiseta azul y gorra roja y dice haberse perdido. Se ruega a su padre que acude a recogerlo a la puerta 26.
Down to business again.
Madrid really have to pick things up here. Their opponents are going to set up to play on the counter-attack now, which means they're going to have to find ways to draw them out more.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Well, that pass isn't the best. And it's Pirlo. Some really good ball movement. Big chance! Well, he caught that pure, but no end product.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Looking for options for movement. Rijkaard. Now it's from Mario. And no, that was never going to make it. Desai is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Looking to play him in. That has been cut short. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Cantona. Lovely pass, but goes for the shot! Oh, denied at the last.
Manchester certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
It's their second corner of the game. Camavinga is there, and he can get that clear.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
And here's from Mario. Yamal. João Neves. So we've reached the hour mark. No way through. Great vision. Now that looks a decent ball. Cristiano Ronaldo. He's through on goal here. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Pirlo. Couldn't squeeze it through. Neymar. Pirlo. And this is from Mario. Madrid can breathe again. Just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
No way through there. Knocks it into space. Rodgers in acres of space out wide. And the shot! It's bounced back off the post.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 18 será reemplazado por el dorsal 17.
Madrid are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Looking for the run. Rodgers. And he cuts out the supply. Nicely weighted ball. Chance for a shot! Keeper always had the measure of that.
Well, if they hope to have any chance of turning this round, they have to abandon their shoot-on-sight policy. It's just not working.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Aimed beyond the defence. And this is Pirlo. And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. And he plays one through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And he welcomes it in, and Romario! It's a goal! They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty more to come.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
El dorsal 27.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. It's come to nothing. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Madrid clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Madrid have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Now, can they get him away? Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Manchester clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Desai. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And here's from Mario. Cantona! Oh, terrific save.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
That has ended up in no man's land. Madrid, whistle's gone, that's foul. De Ligt has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
Well, he pushed his luck to the very limit, and the refs just lost patience with him.
Lovely pass. There's the shot!
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Pirlo. This is a promising build-up. Camavinga. Added time is up.